teachers and fellow students, good day! I am Micaela Giselle M. de los Reyes, a grade 10 student, and I am here now to deliver my speech about the importance of education. The title of my speech is "The Best Way to Have a Better Future Starts in Education." When talking about education, people often confuse it with schooling. Many think of places like schools or colleges when seeing or hearing the word. They might also look to particular jobs like teacher or tutor. The problem with this is that while looking to help people learn, the way a lot of schools and teachers operate is not necessarily something we can properly call education. They have chosen or fallen or been pushed into schooling, trying to drill learning into people according to some plan often drawn up by others. Paulo Freire of 1973 famously called this banking, making deposits of knowledge. Such schooling too easily descends into treating learners like objects, things to be acted upon rather than people to be related to. We know that education is about shaping and cultivating our minds, and especially so that we can learn good manners. But do we really know the true meaning of education? Education, as we understand it here, is a process of inviting truth and possibility, of encouraging and giving time to discovery. It is, as John Dewey of 1916 put it, a social process, a process of living and not a preparation for future living. In this view, educators look to learning and being with others rather than acting upon them. Their task is to educe, to bring out or develop potential both in themselves and others. Education is a powerful driver of development and one of the strongest instruments for reducing poverty and improving health, gender equality, peace, and stability. It delivers large, consistent returns in terms of income and is the most important factor to ensure equality of opportunities. For individuals, education promotes employment, earnings, health, and poverty reduction. For societies, it drives long-term economic growth, spurs innovation, strengthens institutions, and fosters social cohesion. Indeed, making smart and effective investments in people's education is critical for developing the human capital that will end extreme poverty. Education is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, morals, beliefs, and habits. Educational methods include teaching, training, storytelling, discussion, and directed research. Education frequently takes place under the guidance of educators. However, learners can also educate themselves. Education can take place in formal or informal settings, and any experience that has a formative effect on the way one thinks, feels, or acts may be considered educational. The methodology of teaching is called pedagogy. Formal education is commonly divided formally into stages, such as preschool or kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, and then college, university, or apprenticeship. In most regions, education is compulsory up to a certain age. There are movements for education reforms, such as for improving quality and efficiency of education towards relevance in students' lives and efficient problem solving in modern or future society. At large, or for evidence-based education methodologies. A right to education has been recognized by some governments, and the United Nations global initiatives aim at achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 4, which promotes quality education for all. Learning is essential to our existence. Just like food nourishes our bodies, information and continued learning nourishes our minds. Lifelong learning is an indispensable tool for every career and organization. Today, continuous learning forms a necessary part in acquiring critical thinking skills and discovering new ways of relating to people from different cultures. To live a life without continuous learning is unthinkable. According to Heraclitus, the only thing that is constant is change. Change in your career, change in your personal life, change in your community and organizations. One of the most effective ways of dealing with change is with lifelong learning. Education provides us with knowledge about the world. It paves the way for a good career. It helps build a character. It leads to enlightenment. It lays the foundation of a stronger nation. Education makes a man complete. Kautilya, an Indian philosopher, royal advisor, and professor of economics and political science, very rightly underlined the importance of education some 2,000 years ago. He has highlighted the fact that education enriches people's understanding of themselves. He has said that education is an investment in human capital, and it can have a great impact on a nation's growth and development. We, students, need to study so that we become more aware of what is really happening in our environment, or we become more aware of reality. Education is important because it allows us to learn things we do not know, and it also helps us to discover our own abilities and to know ourselves better. Education is not just about intelligence or high grades. It is about learning and constantly discovering things in our environment. Knowledge is not only for ourselves, it can also be shared so that we can help others learn as well. You know why people make mistakes? Because they are willing to see just how far they can push themselves. You don't know what you're capable of achieving until you try to achieve it. According to Malcolm X, education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today.